What's going on, guys? We'll get started here in a few minutes. Streaming a little early today due to Christmas Eve. Here, I'm going to show my screen just so you guys can see what I'm doing here. We are trading on the Interdax Christmas competition. Starting balance was 0.01. This is my first trade. Funny thing is, I thought it started on Christmas because it's a Christmas competition. I assumed the competition started tomorrow. So sadly, I'm pretty far behind because it actually started earlier today. So there's a ton of people that have already a lot of profit. Like the guy in first place is up like 200% already. The top 10 is pretty easy. They're only up about 50%. So I could catch up to them pretty quickly if I trade well. The number one guy, unless he fucks up, there's almost like no way I can catch up to him at this point. But it is like there's 8 days left, so anything could happen. But it really sucks because we saw a lot of price action today that was really good, that we could have traded, but I didn't take any trades. I didn't know it actually started today. The only way I found out was I was posting about it in the Discord, and I was like, hey guys, last day to sign up. And then I clicked on it, and I was like, oh, never mind. It's actually started, so you can't sign up. But yeah, this is going to be something we're going to be doing more and more on stream. I really like this platform. Just to let you guys know ahead of time, I have no affiliation with Interdax. I've never spoken to them. I'm not paid to sponsor them or anything like that. It's completely just something that I found by myself, and I'm giving it a go. I really like it. Their platform's really clean. I really like this whole idea of basing a trading platform off of these competitions. And these competitions are huge too. Like this Christmas competition is a 3 Bitcoin prize pool. First place gets 1 Bitcoin. So like this competition right here, 22,000 just about prize pool with only a $70 starting balance. That's insane. It's absolutely insane. So first place, he's up 240%. He's already way ahead of the pack. If he stays in first place, he'll get $7,000. And then we have basically positions being paid all the way down to top 20. So top 20 gets paid. So there's a lot of potential to make money right now. I think I'm in like 30th right now. This is my first trade, so I'm right here. I'm 36th. So top 20 gets paid. I'm only in 1 trade, so I got a long way to catch up. But let's see if we can catch up to the pack here. I'm going to be using a very high risk scalping strategy with Renko in like 1 minute charts, using mainly 10x leverage. So very likely that I don't even end this competition positive. Because these types of competitions, to really get to where they are, like the 200%, 100% in 1 day, you really have to be trading with very high leverage, and you have to be on the right side of the trade. So I'm guessing the majority of people that are already up like 100, 200%, I'm guessing they took a very high leverage short from the top, and they just held it down most of the way. So it sucks that I missed the opportunity to short that. I didn't realize the competition started today. It would have been a good trade. I was actually shorting it on my main account on the Discord, but we got stopped out overnight. That last little stop hunt that ran up to wick the highs, sadly stopped out my hedge. It hit my targets too. This little wick here, I had my stop above the highs here, and it wicked up, stopped me out, and then hit my targets. Typical Bitcoin move. And looking back at 2019 and looking at like what was I doing consistently where I was losing money? And I realized that the majority of my losses, even though they were small losses, were when I was hedging. So if you guys are in the Discord, you know that when I hedge, so if I'm like, I took this long here and we pumped all the way up, and I literally hedged the top. I started shorting like here. And I had a 1% stop loss. So typically when I hedge, I always put in a 1% stop loss. Just because if it 1 second, guys. Let me get some water. Sorry about that. I've got acid reflux, so I cough a lot. What was I saying? So yeah, typically when I hedge, I put in a 1% stop loss. So if it continues the way of my... So like if I take a trade here, and then I hedge, and then it goes up 1%, I want to close my hedge so I can keep making profit on my regular trade, right? But I found that throughout 2019, the majority of my small losses were from my hedges. My hedges were getting stopped out for that 1% very, very often because of this. Because Bitcoin has been consistently stop hunting everything. And what I started to sit down and think about, like, all right, how can I hedge differently and how can I fix this so I don't continue to lose these trades? And what I realized is when I'm hedging, I'm not taking the trade as a hedge. Like, I'm not actually using a hedging mentality. What I'm doing is, so if I'm long here and I see a breakout and then I start to think that it's going to flip short, I like to flatten my position. So I'll take the same contracts short as a hedge, right? But like I said, I don't take that trade with a hedging mentality. I take that trade with a shorting mentality. And what I've realized is when I'm taking that trade with like a shorting mentality and I'm putting a 1% stop on it, that's very likely you're going to get stopped out. Because a 1% stop in today's market is just not enough. It's just not a far enough stop. It's not going to keep you in the trade, right? So what I need to be doing when I'm hedging is probably, instead of flattening my trade here with a short, I should probably just take profit. Because it's basically the same thing. I should just close my long, take the profit, and then if I still have a shorting mentality, I can take a short. And what I should do with that 1% is, instead of just using a stop market to just flip or close my short, I should be using some kind of mechanic to flip back into a long. So maybe if I see a long setup or a bullish divergence or whatever on a smaller time frame or whatever, I can re-enter this position long. So worst case scenario, I just miss out on that small piece of profit, right? Well, worst case scenario, I get filled on my long and then it nukes like this. But I still could short. I could still have the shorting mentality, as I did when I took my hedge. So that's something that I really need to work on in 2020. A lot of my losses and a lot of missed opportunities were from what I just described. And that happened to me yesterday. That's why I'm going over it now. I didn't close my long. I flattened my long with a short, literally at the top here. But then I got wicked. And it stopped out my short. And now I'm giving up all the profit on my long. So, it really sucks. So I need to master this setup. The way that I'm currently trading this setup, my hedging is just not good. And I've said this since like day one, my hedging is terrible. It's one of my worst things in my trading, and I've been trying to work on it lately. And for the most part, I've gotten a lot better. We've made a lot of money hedging, as you guys have seen in the Discord. But I'm still losing all these little trades that I shouldn't be losing, like this 1% stop hunt right here. So that's something I'm definitely going to continue to work on in 2020. That's probably the number one thing I need to work on, is getting better hedging trades. Hey, Waves, you said, can we join the trading competition? You could have. It's public. It's on Interdax. I'll send you a link. But it's already going now, so you can't join. This is Interdax. I'll send you if you've never seen Interdax, I'll send you my referral. I'll show you my referral here. Like I said, I have no affiliation with Interdax. I found them on my own. I don't get paid to talk about them or anything. I don't get any benefits besides the basic affiliate stuff if you sign up with my referral. So, just a little warning. So the current competition I'm in is the Daxmas. It's a Christmas trading competition. There's currently 231 people involved. 3 Bitcoin prize pool, 0.01 starting. They have competitions on here that you can get involved in every day and every week. They've got daily competitions and weeklies, so check them out for sure. This is the one that I'm currently in. I'm currently in like 35th place or something. But I'm literally, this is my first trade, so we're only one trade in. I'm in 37th place right now. The people in first place are 250%, 180, 170. So we got a long way to catch up. Like I said, I didn't realize the competition even started today. I thought it started tomorrow. So we're pretty late to the party. But we'll see if we can catch up. Yeah, man, I posted my referral. I appreciate it if you use that. It helps me out a lot. It's just another way of giving back to the stream and the community. Really appreciate all the referrals and stuff that I get. This doesn't need to be so big. Let's make this smaller. Here we go. I really like how clean their platform is too. Really, really clean. It shows you all the information you need to see without kind of making it it's like it's just enough, you know what I mean? It's like just enough. It's everything you need to see without overwhelming you. Now, if you're wondering why I'm using Heikin-Ashi candles, it's because there's low liquidity on this exchange. Because it's pretty new. There's like not that many traders. You can see the open interest is only 80,000. So very, very small exchange. So I'm using Heikin-Ashis because the normal candles look like this. You get a lot of like tiny little candles and you get some gaps and whatnot. The Heikin-Ashis just look way better. It cleans up all that liquidity chop that you get. So this is the current trade. Oh, where'd my stop loss go? Is it not showing? It might be a little bug in their system. Huh, why is it not showing my stop loss? Let me refresh this. There we go. Yeah, there's a little bug. Like I said, new exchange, so probably gonna have a lot of bugs. But yeah, here's my current trade. We're currently long. I'm trying to catch a bottom. And we are very, very tight stop loss. We almost got stopped out. It was very scary. Currently up 0.0002, so basically nothing. Now, this isn't... I'm not trading to, like, make money in this competition. Like, I'm not obviously making, what is that, $2 or something? That's not the goal. The goal is to win the competition. Now, obviously, to win the competition, you have to have the best performance trade-wise, but I'm not worried about the money that I make trading the competition. I'm more worried about the percentage so that I can win the competition, if that makes sense. I could care less about 0.0003. I couldn't care less, I mean. I really like that it shows you everybody's position, too. This is just a clean platform. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with this platform. We're going to be doing this a lot on stream, too. I think this is a really cool thing to do on stream. I think this will bring more interaction with the stream, and it'll be fun to play around with. We could even do some of the flash trading competitions where they're only a day long. We could have like a really long stream one day and just trade in the competition all day. But then if I can't really tell you guys that it's going to have to be random, you know what I mean? Like, I can't really tell you guys, like, hey, we're joining this competition, because then you guys are all just going to follow my trades. So if I do well, you guys are going to do well, so I might not win the competition because you guys are following me, you see what I mean? So we, if we ever do that, where we do, like, a flash trading competition on their website, it'll be a surprise. Hey, we're climbing, boys. We're 35. So you see how it says I'm long here? I like that. It's really cool. So you can see who's long, who's short. Basically, everybody in the top 10 is short except for these two guys. This guy's climbing. This guy's really long here. This guy was long. He was in like 6th place when I took my trade. He was the only person in the top 10 that was long. So he basically longed the bottom here. And now he's in 2nd place. So this guy's doing really good. This guy is like a fucking champion on this website. If you check the other competitions, this guy wins a lot of them, and he gets like top 10 in a lot of them too. So I'm guessing he's either a really good trader or he's using an algo. But either way, this guy's really good. I see him all over the place. Avada. So I wonder what he's gonna do here, if he longs or shorts. He's the only person I recognize. I don't recognize any of the other people. Now, a lot of these names are anonymous names. Where did I go? I just lost my place. Oh, I'm right here, 36. Yeah, he's the only guy I recognize. We'll see how he ends up. Looking pretty good for our long here. Now, if you guys are in the Discord, I will be posting every single trade for this competition. I did put a little note that I'm letting you guys know it's very high risk. This is not like my standard trading. I'm doing competition trading. So don't expect like massive returns or anything. I'm doing very high risk, high reward trading. So be warned, if you're looking at my trades in Discord, it's going to be a little scary. Hey, Nor. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Key Toy, what's going on, man? Wave. Good to see you. Appreciate you guys all stopping by on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas to you all if you celebrate. Happy holidays. Happy New Year coming up. Hope you guys are having a good time on the holidays. Hopefully not spending too much money. I actually didn't spend too much money this year. I got away pretty clean. I spent like less than 300, less than 500. Didn't spend too much money. I'm not a very materialistic person, so I don't really spend a whole lot of money on shit like that. And I don't really, like my girlfriend and my parents and whatnot, I don't ask them for really anything for Christmas. I get the basic stuff. You save a lot of money not being materialistic, wanting all those fancy things. So what scares me about this little move here is we could easily see a failure down to my stop, and it could form like a bull div, and then it could pop up. And that would really suck. But I could easily see that playing out. I've seen this scenario multiple times before. But because we're trading with such high leverage, I can't just do one of those things where like, I'm predicting it, so let me pull my stop. I can't do that. We have to use tight stop losses if we want any chance of winning this competition. Basically, throughout the entire competition, I'm probably going to be using 0.5% stop loss. Maybe if I take low leverage trades, maybe if I drop down to like 5x leverage, I'll take like a 1% stop. But for the most part, if I'm doing 10x leverage, we're going to be doing, basically put it this way, I'm going to be risking no more than 5%. Unless I'm really trying to catch up and I'm trying to get in the lead. I'm going to be risking 5% of my account per trade. So whatever leverage I have to use to get to that 5%, I'll use it. So if I'm using 0.5% stop loss, I'll be using 10x leverage, yada yada. If I want to use a tighter stop, which is never going to happen, you would go to like 20x leverage, but right now, this is what we're doing. Oh, he closed his long. That guy closed his long. Says he's not long anymore. I wonder what he sees. If you really just wanted to like make a little bit of money, you didn't really care about getting like top 3, you could do what kind of these guys are doing. Just get into like the top 10, get some solid profit. Like this is 60%. That doesn't sound like a lot, BTC wise, but that's 60%. So you make like 50 to 60%. You don't even have to trade. You can just sit out the entire competition and just hope that you stay in the top 10. Because look at what these guys are getting paid. This guy, he's only made 0.0057. That's like less than $60. But if he stays in 6th place, he's going to make $1,000. That's fucking insane. I saw a guy, when I first joined this platform, he made $400 and he was only up like 5 or 10%. That's fucking ridiculous. He traded like one time. And he made $400 basically off that competition. Like that's insane. Yeah, you see this guy? Another thing I really like about this site. It shows you how many times they've won competitions, and it shows you the total prizes each person's made. This guy's made 0.67 just in prizes. This is the guy that I was talking about earlier. I have no idea who this is, but I've seen him win a couple of competitions. He's pretty good. That's a pretty good win rate. He's won 7 of 33. What is that, like 20% about? Yeah, 21%. That's pretty good. A lot of these other guys seem like they're pretty new. This guy's pretty good. BTC trader. He's won 2 competitions out of 8. That's not bad. Kito, he said, do you have a set strat? Mainly the Renko. I'm using like Renko, the Renko strategy that I talk about in Discord, along with just some like 1-minute scalping strategies. Just looking for like price shifts with the indicators. Looking for momentum shifts. Mainly bull divs, bear divs. The bulk of my trading on this competition is going to be from bull divs and bear divs on the Momo. That is going to be the bulk of my trading. But if I see some other setups, I'll take them. Now, this trade is a little risky. That's why I almost got stopped out. Because I didn't wait for confirmation. Because to make more percentage, I'm trying to predict these plays. Which is risky as hell. So I'm predicting this bull div here. It's not even confirmed yet. You see how there's a bull div forming on the Renko? I'm predicting this. I'm looking for a trail test, maybe a pivot test. If it wants to give it to me, shit, I'll take the resistance test. It really sucks that I didn't realize this competition was going, because this is a picture-perfect entry right here. Picture-perfect entry. If you look at my strategy channel in Discord, this is literally like 100% what you look for. You see that resistance, bear div on the Momo, and then you see that failure of the pivot, failure of the resistance. You could have shorted like right here, or you could have like predicted it and shorted up here. And then boom, beautiful, beautiful trade. Now the competition wasn't going back here, but look at this. This is where I shorted on my main account in the Discord. You see this bear div here? Look at this bear div on the Momo. Failure. But then this fucker came back and stopped me out. It just barely stopped me out. And then look at this. This was overnight, so I didn't see it live. Look at this. Same exact setup. Another bear div on the Momo. You have that resistance coming in, and then boom. This is exactly what we're going to be looking for throughout this entire competition. And if I can capture just even half of these trades and not get stopped out, which is a lot to say, but if we can do that, I think we can get top 10 no problem. We have a 1-day handicap. A lot of these people have a head start on us, but we'll see. Can you quickly show how you've got... Yeah, here you go. Oops, that's not what I wanted to show. I'm currently... So right now for the trading competition, I'm just using a delta chart. But when I'm really using Exo, I like looking at like the 8-hour volume profile. And I have the... So, under the mark thing... Hey, man, with the 18-month resub. Appreciate that, man. Welcome back. Coming up on 2 years pretty soon. Very, very long time, man. I appreciate that a lot. Let me see if my button works. It probably won't. Oh, there we go. It's working. Yeah, so Ketoy, it's going to be probably hard to follow live, but if you go back and watch the VOD, this is how I have my my lines, my support and resistance lines on the right. So here's the daily. Here's the weekly. Here's the monthly. And then I have my POC on border and fill, value area, just the line. I'm not using the candles. CPL, I'm using volume profile. I'm using volume profile, 1 period back, developing. No CPR. I'm using footprint bar stats, T size, candlestick stats, and rect. I like using 10 tick. If you want to go lower, you can go to like 4 tick. But I like 10. So I've been using 10. Look at where we bounced. We bounced right off the monthly POC. Beautiful bounce. Oh yeah, and then I also have my T size. My T size is on 17. This is all default, but I'm using delta. So this is normal. I'm using delta. I think delta's a lot cleaner. And then I'm just using standard footprint. Alright, let's get this. Let's get the... Ooh, okay, never mind. Let's get nuked. I thought we were going to bounce here. Like I said, I could see this hitting my stop loss and then creating a bull div and then bouncing. Worst case scenario, but we'll see what it does. That would really suck. It looks like it wants to, though. I've seen this scenario a lot. It looks like it really wants to. Man, we were looking so good. And then it just retraced the entire move. You gotta love it. That one guy, man, he closed his long right on that bounce, so he saw what I'm looking at. He's probably predicting that failure. Nearly everybody in the top 10 is short. Only one guy's long. Nearly everybody's short, period. Got a few longers here and there. I wanted to get an entry at 69.50 for a while now. Let's see if we get there. I hope not. If we get to 69.50, I don't think it's going to go higher. So I don't know about buying 69.50. Because if we fail this low here, like if we don't bounce, my entire fractal theory is incorrect. And we're probably more... So like if my fractal theory is wrong, we talked about this on stream. So I think that we're here. And I think we have one more massive bounce before the bear market. Now, if I'm wrong, it's very likely that we're more like here. Where we could have that bounce, but we're basically already in that massive bear market. So, like, let me try to draw this out for you. I got a lot of stuff on this chart. It's going to be hard. Let's see. So, like, look at this here, this move here, and compare it to this move here, right? So I think that this is this, but this could be this, where we have that bounce, bounce, failure, failure. We could still have a retrace here. But if we don't have a retrace, you're looking like you're just going to nuke downward, basically. You're going to lose that support. So like I said, if we don't bounce here, it really invalidates my entire theory that we're going to see a strong bounce. And you can see just on the indicators here, we're getting completely bearish. The OTS has been bearish for quite some time on the weekly. We've been bearish since this bar back here. You can see we have red to green. Or sorry, green to red. Same thing on the daily. You've been bearish for quite some time. You're slightly trying to turn bullish, but not looking too good. Yeah, it doesn't have to follow the same exact pattern. But a failure here would be pretty ugly. Because we've already failed downward to retest the wedge. So even if you have this like wedge theory, where you're looking at this wedge, we've already failed downward to retest it. So if it fails downward to retest it again, that's pretty weird. Thoughts on harmonics? I actually like harmonics. I think it's too much work for like my style of trading because I'm not like that long term of a trader. You can use them for short term too, but I haven't seen them have a very high success rate in short term. But out of all the like mystical theories and shit, like Fibonacci and Elliott wave and what are the Gann theory and all that stuff, I think harmonics is actually pretty good. I'd put harmonics like right below Fibonacci. Like I think Fibonacci's still king, and I think harmonics is like harmonics takes into account Fibonacci and stuff in certain harmonic patterns. It's all based on like numerology and shit. But I still think Fibonacci, just standard Fibonacci, is still king, and then harmonics is like close second. I think Elliott wave and all that stuff is pretty far behind. But that's just my opinion, obviously. Everybody trades different. So the good thing here is if we pump here and I'm right, almost everybody in the top 10 is short. So these guys are all going to lose money. So it'll put me even closer to being in the top. I wonder how quickly it updates. I wonder how quickly it updates and tells you who's in the top, or like what position you're in. I wonder if there's a delay. Because if there's not a delay, there's people that are probably just copy trading. What exchange is that? This is InterDAX. I can give you my referral if you want to sign up. I'll post it in stream. Like I said, I have to keep saying this because I know people are joining in randomly. I am not sponsored by them. I have no affiliation with their team. I found their site completely on my own. Everything I say is just my opinion, obviously. But man, it's basically a site where you can just there's a bunch of trading competitions you can participate in. It's really cool. Like I said, it's going to be a big part of our stream probably moving forward. You guys know me. I'm very competitive. I like trading competitions. I would have got involved in Bybit if we had a team, but yeah, we're going to be doing this a lot on stream probably. Once the stream gets probably bigger, like if we're in a bull market or whatnot, I'll probably even contact them and see if we can run like a like my very own competition like on their site. Because I've seen people do that before. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with this. We're either going to have a lot of fun or we're going to lose a lot of money. We'll see. What I really like is most of the competitions are what you would want to see with the competitions. They're 0.01 or like 0.025. Like it's not a lot of money. Like you can trade pretty aggressively and know if you get liquidated, you lost like $100 worst case scenario. You know what I mean? You're not putting in $1,000 into a trading competition and then trading like a degen and then losing $1,000. Like nobody wants to do that. Was your long entry the doji before the impulse? I wasn't really looking at the candles. I didn't care about the candles. It was more so my strategy with Renko. I'm predicting a bull div. So instead of waiting for the bull div to confirm, I'm predicting it. That's why we almost got stopped out. Check Dash. That shit has no bottom. Let's take a look. It's funny, Dash was so high back in the day. Jesus, this thing is dying. Oh my god. This is a weekly chart. We've had one green pullback. One green pullback. Look at the Momo. The Momo's in like a extreme bear market almost the entire way. That's hilarious. More like trash. Yeah, exactly, dude. Thank you, Dad. I like the dad jokes. Here we go, boys. Let's make some money, man. We're up $3. Let's go. Not even $3. I think we're up like $2. This doesn't even pay for my Wendy's I just bought. Weren't Dash yeah, dude, they were insane. Keatway, you remember back when we first started stream, we were looking at master nodes. We were like I was going to get involved and invest in a bunch of master nodes. Thank God I did not put a bunch of money into those fucking master nodes. What a scam master nodes were. Holy shit. Is there anybody in here that made a single dollar off master nodes? And by made a dollar, I mean at the end of the day, after all the cost, I'm talking profit. Did you guys make any money? It wasn't a scam, technically. I don't know anybody who made money off masternodes. Like, they probably made money in the beginning. But once the alt market died, the masternode market plummeted. Yeah, Kitoy, as soon as they launch those masternodes, man, I'm sure you got enough coins to fucking run the market on those. Corner the Dragon Chain masternode market, dude. That's where your moment will come. You've waited for 3 or 4 years of these coins for your moment. Corner the masternode market. There you go. They might actually partner with Disney like they said they were 9 fucking years ago. I lost I think like $500 or so on Dragon Chain, so not a lot, but pretty rough. It was originally created by a Disney team. They let it go. Oh, they let it go completely? It's good to know. Alright, we're starting to enter an uptrend here. You can see just off basic price action, you have this range low. So we need to break this range low here. This will look a lot easier on a higher time frame. So let's go to like a 3-minute. So you can see this little bit of a support kind of like right here. You have this support, and then you have your accumulation, you have your low, and then you have your high. So now we're starting to break out of that SR flip. You have that support, resistance. We need to break that SR. Once we flip that, we're looking really good. for our long. $2,000? Yeah, dude, that's fucking rough. That's a vacation. Once it starts to get into the quad digits, it's not a fun time. Oh, this guy's good, man. If he would have kept his long open, he'd be in first place with even more. These guys are extremely over leveraged. This little tiny uptick that we just saw just destroyed these guys. One of these guys was up over 200%. I don't remember which one, but one of them was. So this is what I was saying earlier. If this rises here, almost everybody in the top 10 is short. So these guys are going to get destroyed. So that gap between me and top 10 is looking a lot better. This guy, he closed his long. I wonder if he'll reopen. Because he basically was long right at the bottom. He took this tiny little scalp here. He could have held on to it for the break. We'll see if he reopens. I was looking back at some of my tweets earlier. Geez, I was naive. Thinking a shit bounce on DRGM was the start of a bull run. That's what everybody felt like on like every single one of those altcoins. Because you see like a 10 or 20% bounce and you're like, holy shit, that's a huge bounce. We'll probably get some like price action. We'll probably get a complete flipped in trend. And then no, that was just a fucking 20% random bounce from a big group or a big whale buying it. And then they just dump it on you and then see you later. Back down to zero. There's this guy, Joe, on Bitfinex. He was super large position. He was minus 25 million when Bitcoin was at 6.5K. He flipped green, I think, at 74. Didn't close his position. He's now minus 7 million. Jesus Christ. That's probably not a guy. That's probably a fund. No one person trades with like... Well, I take that back. There's definitely some people out there that do. Very unlikely that that's one person trading with that kind of money. Unless he's like a fund manager. But when you get that kind of money, you typically are trading with a fund or you're trading with like a group. Yeah, I don't like this failure here. I don't like this. You're getting this failure of this range. We need to bounce this range here. We have a support coming in on the Renko. I like that. I do like that. Let's go back to our 10 million delta chart. Keep an eye on the delta. What are delta charts used for? Is this looking for volume imbalances, looking for like changes in volume when it comes to like shifting from sell side to buy side? That's what I use them for. Did we have a lot of trapped sellers up here? Or sorry, trapped buyers? No, we didn't. Had a little bit here, a little bit there, 5 million. Yeah, you had a lot of trap buyers there. They got nuked. Take a look at the delta again. I like this delta bar here. How do you get exit to zoom like that? Zoom on. So like that's zoom off. If you turn zoom on, you can zoom like this. You can turn your grids and stuff on too if you like grids. You have the hour markers, session markers. How can you sleep good with 25 million loss on a position no matter how much of the whale you are? You should be paying. Yeah. Well, when you've gotten to that point of trading, you don't even look at the numbers. Like they don't look at 25 million. They don't give a shit about that. They're looking at like deep analytics when it comes to like risk to reward, max drawdown percentages, like actual ROE, not like the bullshit ROE you see on like BitMEX and whatnot. They're looking at all their metrics. They don't give a fuck about dollar value. I mean, some of them probably, they obviously care to a certain point, but it's like Bill Williams and a bunch of other like famous traders. They always tell you, do not trade your P&L, right? Like when people say you're trading your P&L, they're saying you're trading your notional gain. You're trading your like dollar value gain or loss. So like if I'm in this trade right now, so look at my competition trade. If I'm like, oh man, I'm up like $3 here. I could, well, I mean, this is a bad example because I'm only up $3. But let's pretend I'm up like $300. So I'm like, oh man, I'm up $300 here. That's a lot of money. I could go buy some groceries or pay my bills with that $300. I could go buy pay my rent, you know what I mean? So you're like, oh fuck, I like that $300. I'm going to take that profit. But you're not taking profit based off anything on your chart. You have no regard for any analysis or your strategy or anything. You're just trading your P&L, right? When you get to that guy's point where you're trading 25 million, they don't give a fuck about 25 million. They're trading based on their strategy. They're trading based on the chart. They're trading based on all their analysis and their analytics. They don't give a fuck about the dollar value. How is that bullshit ROE even calculated on MEX? I'm not sure exactly because I've ignored it basically since day one. Because it doesn't really mean what. When I say it's bullshit, it's probably properly calculated, but it's not what people think it is. So like right now, this says I'm up 43%. I'm up fucking $2. I'm up $2 out of a $720 position. 43% means fuck all. It means absolutely nothing. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's probably calculated correctly, but what people think it means is not what it means. What's going on, Sawyer? If you guys are just coming in, we are in the InterDAX Christmas trading competition. This is our very first trade. If you're wondering why we're only trading with $700, it's because it's a trading competition. The starting balance was 0.01. So that is why. We're trading with 10x leverage on all of our trades. This is, I'm actually a day late. The competition started earlier today, maybe even late yesterday. So we're a little behind. We got to catch up a little bit, but As of right now, I think we're in like 30th place or something. So not, yeah, 35th place. Because all these guys are either not trading or they're negative. We don't have much. We make, so if I'm trading 10x leverage, if I hit like 2 or 3 trades in a row winning, I'm in the top 10. Did you play the Bybit? We tried to. We didn't have a big enough team, so I missed out on that one. Missed out on that one. This website, you can trade by yourself, so you don't need a team. Is the percentage gain on how much you're holding to open the position, is it accurate? Yeah, so that's what I think the actual calculation is. So like for example, if I'm trading $720 and we're doing I think it's based on 100x leverage on this website because you can't choose your leverage. It's all cross on this website. So I think it's based on 100x. So for example, it thinks I'm using $7.20 margin. Or yeah, so right here it shows you margin. Sorry, I didn't see that. So margin, I'm using 0.0005. 0.0005. Which is, I think, close to $7. It's probably like less than that. So if I'm up 0.0005, I'm up 100%. Which is fucking ridiculous, but that's how they calculate it. Yeah, you can't adjust your margin. I don't think, unless I'm just an idiot. I don't know how. So a lot of these guys are long with me, so if this does rise here, it's going to be hard to gain positions here. The best case scenario is like this, where they're all short, because I'll gain positions a lot faster. Hey Robert, what's going on? Do 100x? Yeah, right. We're doing 10x, which I think is pretty good for a competition. Because in people's minds, they think, if I do 20x, if I do 50x, I'll win the competition easy. I just need one good trade. I just need like 2 good trades. The problem is, if you're wrong one time, you're basically out of the competition. You're fucked. If I'm trading 10x, I could make it to the top 10 pretty easily, even if I lose a couple of trades. Yeah, Bob, it's going to be, I agree with you, it's going to be very hard to win. It's going to be very hard to win. It's very hard to come in first place. The people who win competitions like this, like first, second, third place, they are using very high leverage and basically getting lucky. Like, obviously, they're probably doing a little bit of analysis. They're taking smart trades for the most part. But they're using extremely high leverage. And that's why they're in first, second, or third place. It's going to be very hard to win competitions the way that I'm doing it. But I think I have a good chance of coming in top 10. And that I'll still get paid for top 10. So this is my very first trading competition on this website. So we'll see how it goes. If I consistently don't make it into the prize pool, I'll start trading with more leverage. But for right now, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to do the 10x. Looks like we're doing pretty good right now in this trade. A lot of these guys are still short. They're getting nuked. See, look at this. These guys are very highly leveraged because look, this move is tiny. That's like a $30 move, a $40 move. They're getting nuked. Look at their BTC value. It's already way lower than what it was when we looked at it earlier. I'm in 34th place, so we're slowly climbing. 33rd. Slowly climbing here. Okay, so to protect my trading account, I'm going to raise my stop loss here to break even. Now, like I told you guys, this is not like a standard trading technique. I would not raise my stop loss to break even here if it was like a normal trade. I hate that raise to break even shit. That's how you lose a lot of money. But for the trading competition's sake, I'm raising my stop loss. Alright, here we go. We broke out of our accumulation. Now we're in a markup position. We are in a markup position now. We have a bullish fork off the low of accumulation here. Here's our bullish fork off the accumulation. The guy who wins is 50x, 100x in luck. Yeah, exactly. No, 100%, you're correct. 100%. Last time I tried raising stop loss to break even, I missed on a... Yeah, it's not a good thing to do. If it's a normal trading, I never do that. You guys can even look at my Discord, look at my trades. I rarely ever do that. I think it's a stupid thing to do. It's trading your P&L. That's what it is. It's trading your P&L. I could actually raise my stop loss to like 72 here. Where is my entry? Yeah, I'm going to raise it to like 72. Just slightly in profit. Because it puts me above this SR flip. Because if we get back to 72, that means we broke this entire support. So I'm going to raise my stop loss to 72. We're going to let it run. Now the next target that we're looking for, if we're using our 1 minute scalp, is this distribution right here. You have this point of origin distribution. So we're going to watch this zone right here. We have a slight 1 minute bear div, most likely going to pull back towards our fork. Maybe towards our accumulation range high here. Renko's starting to climb, I like that. Let's go back to normal candles here so we don't get distortion. Funding closing in 3 minutes. There's funding on this site too, but I don't know how it works. So I have no idea. I know you're talking about BitMEX, but I don't know how it works on this site. Hey guys, we're up 140%, dude. I'm gonna screenshot this, post it on Twitter, get some clout. Easy. Who cares that we're only up $5? Because what you get is based off the current Bitcoin price. Sometimes, oh, sorry, let me read it from top to bottom. Sometimes they pump it before close to get better percentage, but not percentage, but gain. Because what you get is based off the current Bitcoin price. Yeah. This is a bearish harami. Bearish harami here. You can't really use candlestick patterns on this exchange though. Liquidity is too low. Liquidity is too low. So Adhere has taken first place. The top 5 are almost all short. This guy closed his long. I'm currently in 35th place. Got a long way to go. Long way to go. It's a trading competition battle. Yeah, I'm on Interdax, yep. Very first trading competition I've joined, very first trade. This could become a daily thing, man. I'm telling you. This exchange is actually really interesting. You could make a lot of fucking money if you're trading properly on these trading competitions. Like I said, I saw a guy make $400 off like a 5 or 10%. I can't remember what it was. I posted it in Discord. It was one of the dailies. He made 5 or 10%, and he made $400 from the competition. It's insane. For one day competition. It's not showing my stop loss again. They really need to fix that. That's a major problem. Because it makes me think that my stop loss is like canceled or something. If you refresh, it fixes it. It's a little scary though, not seeing your stop loss. There's 8 days left. 8 days left on the competition. It's a really fucking weird time to have a competition because I'm gonna be pretty busy as are other people. It's Christmas, it's the holidays. It's gonna be a weird time. Is this the exchange? No, this is a different one. This is Interdax. The exchange that I talked to on my 24-hour was BidOrb. Which also, if you guys participated, I don't think anybody here did, but if anybody participated in the STO for BidOrb, the token offering, they are releasing their tokens currently. So make sure you guys keep an eye on your Tomo wallet or wherever you have your address that you sent them. They also are. Never mind. I can't really go into. I can't go into anything else. I was gonna give away something that I probably can't. But just keep an eye on my Twitter. Keep an eye on BidOrb. They're doing a lot of things in the next few weeks that are gonna be pretty massive. Interdax was hyped as being the next BitMEX killer. I really like this platform. Like I said, guys, not affiliated. I really like this platform. It's super clean. Like I said earlier, it like gives you everything you need, like all the information, everything you need, without being in your face, without being overwhelming. It's just everything you need, nothing more. Now, obviously, they've got a lot of stuff they need to add. Like I need reduce only orders. Reduce only orders are fucking huge. I don't think any exchange can open without reduce only. You have to have reduce only. Now they might have it unless I'm blind. I don't see it. But reduce only is a must. Supposedly their matching engine is really fast. Yeah, I heard it's like 100,000 a second or a minute or some shit. But everyone says that until they're doing 1 billion a candle. I completely agree. All these exchanges say they're really fast, but let's see how fast you are when Bitcoin whales really start playing around. Sawyer, 150%, yeah. I'm 170% now, man. Check yourself. Why do you like Interdax? Super clean, really easy to use. Sorry, somebody racing on my street. 25 mile per hour speed limit. Does that sound like that guy's going 25 mile per hour? I don't think so. What was I saying? You can. Oh yeah, the number one thing is the trading competitions. Trading competitions. I'm pretty sure they're run by Interdax, paid out by Interdax, so you don't have to worry about anybody scamming you. Just super clean, as you can see on my screen. Gives you everything you need, nothing more. Yeah, just like FTX, literally killed the servers on the 10K candle. Yeah, it's ridiculous. He's off the charts. Yeah, exactly, dude. Hey, man, I've almost made a fucking a meal at Panda. I've got $8 profit. Not even $8. Every time I look at Bitcoin like this, in my head, I always compute it as if Bitcoin's 10K. So, like, this would be $8 if Bitcoin was 10K. But Bitcoin's not 10K, it's 7K. So, it's a little less than $10. Now, obviously, this is where the people in chat come in and they're like, bro, man, if you just 100x'd, you'd be fine. You'd be winning the competition. Yeah, I'd also be losing the competition if I was wrong by 0.5%. We're going to take this competition slow and steady. We got plenty of time, man. We got plenty of time. We got 8 days. Like I said, as of right now, the top 10 is like 3-4 good trades away. 3 or 4 good trades, and we're there. I don't got to worry about over-leveraging myself. How much do you start with? This competition was 0.01, so only like $75. It's right up here. It's like $78. It depends on what competition it is. So it tells you right here. Trading stake, 0.01, 0.025. Most of them are either 0.1 or 0.025. You have some big ones. The weekly one is a lot bigger. The weekly one is 0.1. So the weekly one is $1,000 about. But it's also a much bigger prize pool. Now, typically their prize pools are not that big. This is a special occasion. This is the Christmas competition. It's fucking massive. 3 Bitcoin. Let's check out this one. How many people are... I think this one's over. Or what's it got left? Oh, it's got an hour left. Yeah, so like, look at this. Oh, it's only first place is paid. That's crazy. I was going to say, these guys aren't even doing that good and they might get paid, but only first place is getting paid here. So 73% was enough for him to make $400. And obviously he gets to keep the money that he made too. So he made a good chunk of change here, probably about $500. If he wins. There's still an hour left. This guy could take over. Look, this is the guy I was talking about. He's like always top 3. This guy's really good. This Avada guy. I think MindSeal is pretty good too. Let me see. Yeah, MindSeal's not bad. 0.3 Bitcoin winnings. But yeah, the Avada guy is pretty solid. 0.67. I think he has the highest winnings I've seen. Alright, let's take a look at the charts. What's going on here? Still markup. Looking pretty good. You have a bear div coming in. Most likely going to pull back, like I said. Liquidated first 15 minutes every time. Yeah. Looking really good so far. It's going to hit the trail here. So we have the Renko trail coming in. We also have a 1-minute bear div as well. How long does the comp last? This one was only... They're all random. Like, some of them are days, some of them are weeks. Or sorry, 1 week. This one is from Christmas to New Year's. I'm going to screenshot this at 200%, post it on Twitter, dude. I better gain at least 10 followers. What's a Renko trail? It's just my indicator. These are all my proprietary indicators that we have on our group. The trail right here is the Oasis Trading Suite trail. 8 crazy nights? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Here we go. Nice delta coming in. We're about to hit the daily POC. So this is where it's going to be a little iffy because I could take this profit on the comp account and it wouldn't be that bad of a profit. This is like a 10% profit already. If I took profit here, I'd be up 10%. But that's not enough. Not enough to get us in the running. See, like right now we're up about 8.8% already. %10 is better than 0%. You're not lying. You're not lying. Alright, Renko's looking good. I do not like this bear div coming in. I'm going to raise my stop loss to below this fork here. Probably to about... What is this, a 1 minute chart? So I'm looking at that distribution. The problem is I have to compare this to Interdax because the prices are not exactly the same because the liquidity is not the same. Let's go to a 1 minute chart here. It'd be below the distribution right here. Probably about 72. Gonna go 72, 32.5. You're long biased here? I was just in your Telegram discussing the fractal. Yeah, I'm long biased long term. I am. I was actually short. I literally shorted the top. But sadly we got stopped out on that stop hunt. That stop hunt right here. This fucking stopped me out. We literally shorted the top here. We shorted like right here. But that little wick there stopped me out. So we missed out on our targets. Our targets were like right here. So we hit our targets perfectly. But you win some, you lose some. You can't win them all. I had a rough trading day on Monday. It was a bloody Monday. We lost a good chunk of change. I went on an absolute buying frenzy for some reason. I have not bought this many options contracts like ever before. And I was looking at all the charts. I found a lot of options that I liked, and I just had no hesitation. I bought all of them. I opened up like 6 positions. Like 4 of them were lottos. The lottos meaning they were low priced, very high risk options contracts. And we literally lost every single one of them. So it was the bloodiest options day I've had to date. Lost about 5% of my account on Robinhood. Robinhood's my long-term like savings account, so it's not a big deal. But bloodiest day I've had on options. We haven't closed our trades yet. We're still waiting till Friday. When I trade lottos, though, I basically just let them expire worthless because there's like no way to get out of them. If they're going against you, you could try to get out of them, but you're gonna lose pretty much all your money anyway. So you might as well just hold on to them. But yeah, I've got like 4 lottos open. And I've got 2 long-term positions open. So if I get stopped out here, this will be about a 0.5% trade. I think it's going to pull back here, but I hope it doesn't wick me. I'm raising my stop pretty far. I should be leaving my stop loss below 70, like 72.10. But for the competition's sake, just to take little wins when I get them, we're going to raise my stop. How long is long term for you? So like for my Robinhood, long term is like long. I'm talking like I don't pull money out of that account unless I need it for something really big, like if I'm paying tuition or something. So that account is like retirement basically. That's like 10, 20, 30 years down the road. So that account is not an account that I like day trade and pull money out of to pay my bills and whatnot. That account is very long term. So like options, stocks, building portfolios every now and then. That's all really long-term stuff. My crypto trading is like my short-term kind of swing trading, day trading stuff. I thought maybe we would start to move back to 8.5 from here, but it's looking kind of weak. Yeah, this next few days, basically the close of the December candle, the close of the 2019 candle, is really going to show us what we're going to be doing for 2020. Because if we're nuking here and we don't see a rise back to like 8,000 to 85, it's looking really bad. The CME 6-month rolls over on Friday. Good to know. I didn't know that. I'll keep my eye on that. So we're rejecting the daily POC. Not seeing a whole lot of sell action here, so not too scary. Wave, if it's a TradingView screenshot, you can. If it's not, then the bot will ban you, so be careful. The only links that we allow are TradingView links. Because obviously this space is very very fraudulent when it comes to like links and scamming people and whatnot, so we just be very careful. If it's not a TradingView link, just post it on Twitter. Mention me on Twitter. I'll pull it up. Most of the major market trends have correlated to CME 6-month contract dates. Okay. Yeah, I haven't done really analysis on that. Hey, Angus, sorry, I missed your message. You said good luck. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, see, the bot's going to ban you. Just post it on Twitter. Either DM me on Twitter or just mention me on Twitter. Or Telegram. Yeah, Telegram works. Problem is Telegram, I can't pull it up on stream. Let's see here. I'm looking at it on my phone. What are these? These are the CME futures contracts. Okay. Okay, yeah, let me pull it. You pull it up on Twitter. Let me get it. Let me see. It gets a little blurry when I full screen it, but here you go. So you don't have like a lot of it's not like all one direction. It's not like everything it dumps every single time or pumps every single time. But it seems like there is a strong price movement during those closes. So this one closes. Okay, so we're already past most of this. So December 27th. Okay, so we're coming up on the close over here. I see what you're saying. I gotcha. Okay, okay. Not bad. Oh, I see, I gotcha. What is this, gold? Oh, this is gold, okay. Yeah, so you have like the descending wedge failure, pop up, kind of have the accumulation, then you have the bull market. I see what you're saying. Yeah, people like comparing gold to Bitcoin. This one's kind of hard to see on the stream. I think this is gold over here. I'm guessing. I can't read it because of the screenshot. Yeah, so you're looking at like a 382 retracement, and then it pulls all the way back down to like the 618, and then it pops up. Yeah, see, you wouldn't see that on Bitcoin. You're not going to see a pullback to like $200. Hey, Thomas, Merry Christmas, man. Johnson, he said, what's Intradax? Intradax is just another derivatives exchange. I'm currently using them to trade on a Christmas trading competition. I could send you a referral link if you want to check them out. As I said earlier, I'm not affiliated with them. I see one person signed up with my referral. I appreciate that, whoever that was. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. You guys know I don't show referral links basically ever, but it's an easy way to show you guys what exchange I'm using, and it's an easy way for you guys to support the channel when you do ask. Hey, Max, Merry Christmas, man. Bitcoin would literally die, miners would shut down, network would become... Yeah, exactly. It would have to be like a Ponzi scheme to completely die to that low. All right, here's the test of the fork that we were talking about. Now, it can either fail down to this next trend, which will stop us out, or it could be very bullish here and bounce. It would have to be very bullish. We'd have to see some buyers come in. Bitmain will probably kamikaze the price under 5K. It's looking more and more like it wants to be bearish here. Yeah, 1 hour is not liking this resistance. You see an SR flip here on the 1 hour. It's right on that level. You can see this low here, this low here. Now we're seeing some resistance on the high. Where's my interdax? Here it is. There you go. Got a decent buy coming in, 15,000. That's pretty big for this exchange. The open interest is very low, 65. It was at 90 earlier. Looks like most people in the top 10 are still shorting. Yeah, it's big for this exchange is what I mean. This exchange is very, very low. This exchange's open interest is only 65,000. I'm not sure if this is the entire exchange or this is just this competition. Does anybody here use interdax? Do you guys know? I think this is the entire exchange. I should enter the comp and clear the book, win every time, yeah. I mean, their books are pretty thick. For comparing their open interest to their books are actually pretty thick. So I'm guessing they have some decent market makers. Because their open interest is only 65,000, but look at their books. They've got just about half that on every single dollar mark. So their books are not too bad. Now obviously they're definitely nowhere near what you would need to see for like a real exchange. Like a real volume pusher. But it's not terrible. For like little competitions like this, it's not awful. You're not going to have an insane amount of slippage is what I'm saying. I could market buy 100x right now, and I still wouldn't have that much slippage. I'd have less than like $5 slippage. Yeah, I'm currently going to college. I was getting my finance degree. I'm thinking about switching to economics. I'm about 27, 30 credits away from finishing my 4-year degree. I took this semester off to launch the business and work on the Discord and the indicators and everything. But I'm going back in the spring. I should be. I got to sign up for classes. They start in the next few weeks. So I've been kind of procrastinating, but we'll see. Right now, my focus is on the business and then my trading. I've been putting my trading aside recently. December, I've literally only taken, counting this trade, I've taken like 3 trades. So December is my lowest trading month in the past probably a year, honestly. Probably in the past like 6 months to a year. This December was like my lowest trading month. Because I was focusing heavily on the business and making sure the Discord was where I wanted it to be and getting the website up to speed and all the indicators and whatnot. Just taking a little bit of a break from trading. But we're going to get back into it in the new year. Winter time is like the busiest time of the year for me. I don't work like an actual job any time of the year. Basically, right now I'm full-time trading, full-time business, full-time streaming, yada yada. I don't have like a 9 to 5 or anything. But in the winter, I have a government contract for snow removal. So when it snows, I'm very busy. But right now we've only had one little snowstorm. It's been pretty warm lately. It's been like 50, 60 degrees, so we're not getting any snow. But yeah, winter is usually pretty damn busy for me, so we'll see how it goes. Wish I'd started trading in college. It's not a fun time, man. I actually don't think you wish that. Because if you're like a pretty hardcore trader, it's very hard to pay attention in college and like get your work done and stay focused. Well, for someone like me, I'm like the poster child for like Adderall and like those kind of medications, and I don't take any medication. I try to avoid that stuff. But I'm like the perfect example of the kind of person that needs that stuff because I can't stay focused on school or even sometimes trading. Trading question for a newbie: is the liquidation price changing regarding the leverage? I feel like I got the same liquidation price with 1 as 30x. Let me think about that for a second. Is the liquidation price changing regarding the leverage? I feel like I have the same liquidation price. So yes, it should change based on your leverage. So the higher your leverage, the closer your liquidation price should be. So if you're using 10x leverage, like actually 10x leverage, not just using 10x leverage isolated. I'm talking about using 10x leverage, 10x your account. So if your account is $100, you're trading $1,000, that's 10x leverage. If you're using 10x leverage, then you're going to get liquidated at 10%. If you're using 20x leverage, you're going to get liquidated at 5%, and so on and so forth. So, yes, it will change. That's with real leverage, not isolated. And I can't really go into the differences. It's kind of complicated. All right, it's pulling back just as I expected. This is why I raised my stop loss so we don't give away all of our profit. I could have definitely closed there. Okay, we got stopped out. Alright, that's kind of irritating that it gives you a bunch of messages like that. Alright, does it tell me my P&L? Okay, it doesn't tell you your P&L. That's a major thing. That's actually incredible. That's actually incredible. How does it not tell you your P&L? Alright, that's something they really need to fix. Unless I'm missing it. You should be able to see your P&L. I mean, a lot of exchanges... Or no, even BitMEX does it. You guys know what I mean? When you're on BitMEX, you see close position, it shows you your P&L. So it shows you how much you made or you lost on that trade. Now, I can go over here to my balance and check. So we made about 4% on that trade. Which is not good enough to win a competition like this. But yeah, that's really bad that doesn't show your P&L. So one major thing that I think they need to work on, as I said, P&L. Okay, so good thing I raised my stop loss because we would have got stopped out anyway. So, that was a good thing we raised it. We could have actually shorted once we broke this trend line here. So we could have actually flipped short. That's something that we'll have to look into on the... We have another bull div coming in on the 1 minute. We're also flipping this. If we get back up here, I could re-long. But I'm getting ready to leave my house in the next 30 minutes, so... I don't think I want to take a trade, especially a 10x trade, when I'm not at my computer. It's going to be, like I said, this is a really weird time to have a trading competition. Because everybody like me is going to be pretty busy. Yeah, Angel, I called out that div. I should have shorted the div. You're right. That div was very obvious. 1 minute bear div. We called it out on stream. I could have taken profit up here. We made 4%, so not the end of the world. But we could be short here. Cross, no stop, live a little, yeah, right? Hey, it's only $70 at the end of the day, so. Yeah, Angel, we called it out, we just didn't act on it. Which is very, it's something that happens a lot when I'm streaming. I have a lot of hesitation when I'm trading while streaming. I trade much better off stream. It's very hard to look at all these things, and you have to understand when I'm trading while streaming, it's all on one monitor. I'm typically using my ultra-wide monitor on my right and my monitor that you're currently seeing for my trading. And I'm not having to look at chat and be distracted and whatnot. Now, obviously, it sounds like an excuse, but if you don't believe me, you guys can start up your stream and live trade on stream. It's really not a fun time. But yeah, I didn't think the bear div was going to be that strong, so we kind of just brushed it off. Yeah, nice little bear div there. I have a lot of hesitation with larger size. Yeah, definitely when you're trading with larger positions, for sure. Yeah, that's a good point. With this small of a size for this competition, I shouldn't really have any hesitations. I should just be taking every trade. Because who cares? At the end of the day, it's $70. I'm not a very aggressive trader, and that's why competition trading, depending on my strategies, I'm not the best at. I've only traded in, 2 competitions. One of them was my competition. Or no, I think I've only traded in 1, actually. Yeah, I've only traded in 1 competition, and it was the competition that I held with my Discord last year, and I won that competition. Just barely. Angus almost beat me. But that was using a very degen strategy. I was using a kind of a martingaling strategy. What I was saying was I'm not very aggressive, so when I'm trading in these competitions, I need to be a lot more aggressive. However, a break to the upside there would have put you in a... Yeah, it would have definitely. That's why that's why I held on to it for the main part. Was if this fork held, I've seen this play out time and time again. So when this plays out, it's extremely bullish. It's basically vertical. I've showed this is one of my favorite setups. We've seen this on stream. We've seen this on stream dozens, maybe even over 100 times. But when you see this kind of fork bottom, where you see that trend, and then you break out to the upside, then you make a new trend. If you go for a third run, it's damn near vertical. So if you hold your long here and it bounces, you're looking really good. I call this a bullish fork. It probably has a different name. I don't know what the actual textbook name is, but I call this a bullish fork. You can trade this on the bear side too, bearish fork, which we're kind of seeing. I can go ahead and delete these lines. We can take a look at this bearish fork. So you see this downtrend here. We're kind of creating another trend already. So let's see if we pull back and then form another trend. If it goes for that third run, it's going to be a bearish fork. No, it's not a I don't know how to pronounce that properly. Chukov fork. Those are different. Those are different forks. This is more just kind of like a trend-based fork. Off kind of like lower lows and higher lows, whatnot. I keep checking the top 10 because I want to see if they're flipping along, but most of these guys are holding their shorts. Appreciate all the follows, by the way, you guys. Towns, Zig, Ookster, Battle, Wrist, CVS. Appreciate all the follows, guys. I stream 4 days a week now. We changed our schedule. I stream Tuesday, Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday. So I won't be streaming tomorrow. I will be streaming Thursday, and then I will be streaming on Saturday and Sunday. So make sure you guys check out the stream. If you guys are new here, we have a ton of free content along with paid content. Free content, we have a trading course on our website. We have a ton of videos on my YouTube. If you go to my How to Trade series, I do streams, like I said, 4 times a week for free. We have a Telegram group we just started. You can follow me on Twitter. Got a lot of stuff. If you guys like premium content, we have a paid Discord. We've got indicators. Got a ton of stuff. We just released a new indicator package where you can get all of our indicators for one price. That's on the website. We're also doing a 20% off sale for everything on our website. If you guys are new here, check it out. Obviously, you don't have to buy anything, but go look around the site, see if you like any of our stuff. 20% off until Saturday. All right, so here's that pullback we were looking for. If we break 78.78, it's positive. Basically, the launch pad. Okay, so just what I told you guys. I said we had to watch out for that OTS, that trail, that Renko trail. And look at where we failed. We failed right on that trail. So that's another thing that I should have been watching. We could have shorted that. 1 minute bear div and then Renko trail failure. We could have shorted that. So, like I said, streaming while trading, very difficult. I can't watch everything at once. But that was a very good shorting opportunity there. Break 78.78, the local support, and move on to test the 9K area. Yeah, I really like the 9K area. 86 to 9K is what I'm looking for long term, for my my long term positions. A retest of the 6,600 bottom is more probable in my opinion. Yeah, I think a lot of people are getting pretty bearish. So I like the counter trade here. I like going bullish. I think a lot of people are also waiting to buy the dip, which I think is another good reason that we could be bullish. But it's definitely, we're in a really scary position here because we're on like the brink of a bear market. I don't think people understand how close we are to seeing another scenario like 2018 play out. If this does not show some strong buy pressure in the next month, I think we are on the brink of another bear market. and we are going to start entering some dangerous territory. Probably retesting like 5K in the next, probably the first quarter of 2020. So I'd say if January is not very bullish for Bitcoin, I'd say within the next 2 to 3 months, we're going to be testing around 5K. But we'll see. The chart you posted in Telegram, let me take a look. Did you post a new one? If you're talking about the CME one, yeah, we showed that on stream. Did you post something else? The fractal one. Let me see. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's basically very, very similar to what I was looking at. For my fractal. It's the same. It's the same position. We talked about that right at the start of the stream. So, are we nuking here? It looks like it's nuking. The problem is, this is the fractal I'm watching. I want this to continue upward, right? Now, these lines were drawn like a month ago. If you guys are just coming in, like you're new to my stream, I have not touched these for like a month. We predicted almost the exact bottom like a month in advance. If you don't believe me, you can watch the streams, check the Twitter. But this is the fractal we're looking to play out. And we're still on that path. But if we start to really fail downward to like 6,800, I think this path has failed. And if this path has failed, then this... So I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? But if this path has failed, we're probably pushed over one more. So this is probably 5, this is probably 6, right? So if this is 5 and 6, and we're not getting that buy up, we're getting dangerously close to entering a bear market. Dangerously close to entering another bear market. Now, just looking at the indicators, you can see how ugly this really is. Our momentum is completely bearish, just like we were back during the start of the bear market. We have flipped from white to black on the OTS, which shows trend strength. White is green on default colors. Black is red. But yeah, we flipped from white to black. Same thing here, white to black. Our trail flipped from green to red. Trail flipped from green to red. We're back below a pivot, just like we were back here. So it's looking very bearish. Now, we do have a little bit of support. We're resting right on that 72 moving average, just as we were back here. So we do have a little bit of potential to bounce here, but it's definitely pretty scary. You asked... Sorry, I missed your message earlier. You asked about Renko. Where'd your message go? I lost it. Sorry, you guys are being a lot more active today on chat, so I'm missing a lot of messages. Timeless, you said, what are you thinking on Bitcoin in the intermediate term? Could you see a Christmas rally to 8K? 8K is a little high. I'd really like to see like 76. 8K before the end of the year. 8K before the end of the year is possible if we can see above 76 by the end of the week. Or by the end of the week is pretty close. I'd say by the end of the week, by like Friday, Saturday, if we can see 76, possible to see 8K before the end of the year, but not very likely. This is the most aggressive bearish SR flips on the high time frame that Bitcoin has experienced. Yeah, I agree. The SR flips are pretty brutal. 5,500 is confluence with his 786 fib. I think many are expecting 6K to hold. So what's funny is we made this chart way back in May that's actually playing out now. So these are like the major supports that I was monitoring back in stream back during May. And if we just go ahead and hit play here, you can see our targets were hit perfectly. We had a little bit of a run up after our targets, but our targets basically became the high, the distribution there. And then we pulled back. Let's hit play again. And we just bounced almost perfectly off that 382. We bottomed almost exactly on that Fibonacci level, right on that retail support. So if we can't hold this retail support, then this parabola bounce zone around 5 to 5.7 is going to be our major support. You asked about Renko. I don't trade Renko really heavily. I've never really liked Renko, but we were doing a lot of testing with our indicators, and we found a very significant strategy with Renko that I've been back testing for a long time in Discord. We have a channel dedicated to the Renko strategy. I posted a ton of screenshots. We've called numerous tops, we've called numerous bottoms, and now we're finally starting to live test it. I'm currently using a $10 Renko on Bitcoin, and it's using the OTS, the Auto SR, the Momo. But what Renko is, if you don't know what Renko is, instead of looking at a time scale, it looks at a price scale. So based on whatever price you give it, so like $10, $100, whatever, it's going to create a new bar when that price is hit. If that price is not hit, it won't create a new bar. So it cuts out a lot of chop. It's only focused on price. It is not focused on time. So it could be a day before a new bar is made. It could be a year before a new bar is made. It depends on your settings, obviously. So here you go. Here's the bearish fork. This one's not as clean. I wouldn't really trade this one. But you do have a new kind of low being formed. Let's go ahead and clean this up. Let me see. Did I miss anything? You spam me on Twitter, I'll take a look. Perhaps we front run this area and go to 5K, which was the last area of consolidation before we mark up to 14. Yeah, that would be not too bad of a scenario. I hope we get at least one more bounce before we go to 5K. But I wouldn't be too disappointed if we bottomed at 5K. I wouldn't say it's easier. It cuts out a lot of chop. So if you're like more of a trend trader, it's not too bad. But you have to be a very patient trader with Renko. You said I don't use indicators that much, but MACD and RSI are both showing hidden bearish divergence. What time frame? We have another bull div coming in. You're looking at a daily. That's not hidden. That's just a normal bullish divergence. You're talking about this divergence, I believe. Oh, you're talking about bearish. Sorry, you're talking about a bearish divergence. Let's see. I'm guessing you're referring to this? I think that's what you're referring to. Do you only take long trades if there is a confirmed bull div? No, I've got a lot of different techniques that I take. For the current strategy that I'm using for the trading competition, yes, I'm only taking trades based off bear and bull divs. The hidden bearish div, so higher high on our side, lower high on daily. We haven't confirmed this. So the reason I don't care too much about this div is I like this div more. Because look at the reaction that this div got. You can see it on my Momo, you can see it on the RSI barely. You can see it on the MACD. This bull div has a very strong reaction. This bear div doesn't have much of a reaction. So I think the bull div is stronger here. Yeah, it's played out for the most part. But you can see divs, even after they play out, they can create bottoms. So like this is where I would consider it fully played out, like 100%. You also have the low there. So like that's your first target, and then that's like the 100% play out. We almost hit it. But even though it's played out, you can see these create bottoms, you know what I mean? Like they'll create an entire bottom. As I've shown, it's funny as hell. We talk about this in Discord all the time. It's kind of a meme, but it's our favorite meme. The Momo, like we're seeing currently, these 1 minute bull divs, have predicted like $1,000 moves. I shit you not. I've showed it on Twitter before. I've showed it on Discord. A 1 minute bull div and 1 minute bear divs have predicted massive moves. And you can go all the way back to like a major bottom. And guess what? A 1 minute bull div or bear div will be there. Let me check my Twitter real fast. Yeah, I've seen all those charts, like the log chart. The log chart, pretty much everybody's seen those at this point. Those things are so heavily shilled on Twitter. They said, so it's probably showing a hidden bearish div because it's bullish. Well, hidden bearish div is still bearish. But yeah, like you said, it could be showing it. Let me draw this. It's probably easier. So a regular bearish div is like, here's the price, here's the oscillator, right? So a hidden bearish is a lower high with a higher high on the oscillator, right? But the problem with hidden, which I don't typically trade hidden very often. The problem with hidden is, like you said, this is pretty bullish. If the oscillator is making a higher low and a higher high, it's because its momentum is shifting to the upside, right? Now, price might be shifting to the downside, but the oscillator is shifting to the upside. So this could be just getting ready to break out to the upside because it's bullish. So it's hard to say. I don't typically trade hidden divergence. Now, If there was better liquidity on Interdax, I would trade every single 1 minute div. The problem is I would have to mark it in and mark it out. And with the fees, trading 10x leverage, it's basically not possible to make money. No, I don't use Deribit. BitMEX is my number one. I use Interdax currently for the trading competitions. How much are fees? I have no idea, actually. I have no idea. Does it tell you somewhere? Probably on contracts. Oh, here we go. Or what is this? Commissions. Yeah, so this is fees. It's standard fees. 0.025 rebate. And then a 0.075 fee. So same as BitMEX, I'm pretty sure. Are you scalping? I'm currently trading in the Interdax competition. So that's what we're doing on stream. We're not in a trade right now. We just closed our long for a 4% profit. Not bad, but definitely not enough to get ahead of the game here. We're in 35th place, which out of 230 people, not terrible. And I'm a day behind. So, not too bad. If we can do like 5 or 10% a day, I think we'll be in the top 10. BitMax is a trading desk? Oh, you mean BitMEX? BitMEX or BitMax? Are those two separate ones? Larger time frame divs? Yeah, larger time frame divs are better. BitMEX, yeah. I'm pretty sure almost every single exchange in crypto trades against their users. It's just so unregulated that, like, why wouldn't they? They're making so much money just using insider information. I can almost... I could bet that most of the scam wicks that are, like, involved in Bitcoin are from either BitMEX or some other massive market maker like Alameda or whatever, using insider information to hunt stop losses. At this point, nothing else makes more sense. You know what I mean? Like, you could debate before, like, oh, maybe this, maybe that, maybe this. At this point, that's been going on for like 3 years now. Nothing else makes more sense than them just trading against their own users, knowing where their stop losses are. You know what I mean? Like, you have to ask yourself, what scenario makes everything make sense? It's like when detectives are like looking for a murderer or whatnot. You know what I mean? When they're trying to solve a case. They got to figure out what piece of the puzzle. If I say this, does it make all of these scenarios make sense? You know what I mean? So if we say that BitMEX is trading against its users using insider information, does that make all these scam candles and all this other bullshit that happens in Bitcoin, does it make that make sense? And I think it does. So, I mean, that's my take. But I'm not somebody who cries manipulation on every single time I lose a trade or every single time I get stopped out. I'm not going to cry manipulation. I think that word is thrown around too much. But when we see like just obvious scam candles, when it goes $100 in one direction and then it stops a bunch of people out and then it flips the other direction in the next 30 seconds. I mean, come on. If it does that back to back to back and it's always liquidating people, people are always being it's never a time where it's doing that and it's not liquidating people. It like knows if I push the price to this price point, I'm going to liquidate X amount of people and I can fill X amount of contracts. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, what the fuck are we going to do about it? You know what I mean? So, you can't complain about it constantly unless you're going to do something about it, which we can't, or you're going to change how you trade. So, you just have to change how you trade and then stop complaining about it. Yeah, if you have enough capital, you can do the same thing without 100%. I've said that. I've said that before on stream. If you have enough money, you don't need insider information to do that. It's very easy to tell where people's stop losses are. Like, for example, if I'm on a daily chart here, it's very easy to guess that there's going to be a lot of people with their stop losses below this level. It's going to be very easy for me to guess there's a lot of people with their stop losses below this level here, which is actually the same level. You see what I mean? Because if you have a range low, you wick that range low, you're going to stop people out. Same thing here. You hit this, you're going to stop people out. It's pretty easy to see that. But the problem is they don't only see that, they know just how many of those stop losses and how many contracts they can liquidate and still flip the price into their direction. That is the shady thing. The shady thing is not stopping the people out. The shady thing is knowing just how much they can push but still pull. You know what I mean? They know just how much they can push here but still pull it in their direction. Same thing we just saw on the hourly chart. They know just how much they can pull these liquidations and still push it the way they want it. Hey, Merry Christmas, Timeless. You're off to bed. Have a good night, man. I'm getting ready to end the stream. We've been streaming for like 2.5 hours. I think I'm gonna call it here. So it's good timing. But yeah, guys, really appreciate you guys being here. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. Hope you guys all have a really good Christmas. If you do celebrate, if you don't celebrate, hopefully you guys just have a good day. Regardless, happy holidays to everybody. I will be streaming Thursday. I will be streaming Saturday and Sunday. So if you guys can't catch me on Thursday, I'll see you guys this weekend. I will be trading in this competition throughout our streams until the competition is over. And then probably we'll start another one after that. So we'll probably keep these things going. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for you. Like I said, we have a 20% off sale going on our website. If you guys want to check out our indicators or check out our Discord, 20% off until Saturday. We just released a new bundle as well. You can get all of our indicators in one price. We're only doing monthlies for those. We're not going to do quarterlies or annual. Because it would just be too expensive. We don't want to charge you guys that much. But yeah, that's all we got. So appreciate you guys being here. And we'll be streaming, as I said, Thursday. Catch you guys then. You guys have a good night. Merry Christmas to you all. Peace out, guys.